Merhaba arkadaşlar. Bu videomuzda oyunumuza kaldığımız yerden gene devam ediyoruz. Şimdi önce görevimiz, ana görevimiz Azize Mary ne söyleyemedim de. Azize Mary kilisesine ulaş. Burada da bir yan görevimiz var. İsterseniz önce yan görev yapalım. Oradan biraz XP toplarız. Mezarlıktan mı geçeceğiz acaba? Evet. Hadi, kapı da kapalı.
It's locked, all right.
Ama tam da oradan geçmemiz gerekiyor. Yoksa bu öyle mi gelecektik? Hasta kapalı.
Stupid fucking beast! Stupid fucking beast!
Oo. Buradan da dolaşamıyoruz. Burası da kapalı. Nereden gideceğiz biz oraya? Neyse biz ana görevimize gidelim de. Önce şunu halledelim. Combo yapıyor adam be. Dümdüz gideceğiz.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, You reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin. Forget your old, weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon.
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
Zebellah gibi.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Bunlara ne oluyor?
I'd step back, sir. He's dead.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the
Ufaklık diyor
threshold.
ya. Adam
I
senin
wish
iki
to
katın.
pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is
Azize Mary lazım bize.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar. But this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
Kişisel diyoruz
I've told you
kardeşim.
once, this is a private concern.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest, as you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me
Anlatma ya.
what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
Toprağa verildi.
She has
diyelim.
been laid to rest. That's all you need to know.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
Şimdi benim yüzümden öldü dersek olmaz.
I feel responsible. The pain is consuming me.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What would you like her to know?
I'm so sorry, Mary. I promise to find who is responsible for all this. I'll put an end to this horror.
You have been heard, my son. and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Ne oldu, bu muydu ya? Oy oy oy, ta hastaneye mi koşacağız şimdi? Hastaneye gelsek buradan buraya da gidebiliriz.
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all.
It's one of them!
Bu nereden çıktı be?
Stay back, beast!
Ay senin.
The beast must die!
Bayılma da bayılma. Öldü. Sen de gel. Hani emükleyemeden öldü ya. Sesler geliyor ama sağdan soldan anlayamadım.
Die, vermin!
Burada var bir tane ya. Gelsene ya. Öldü mü? İki orada. Bir tane burada. Bunları alabilir miyiz acaba ya? Sessizce gidelim.
Steady, boys!
Şuradakini de öldürsem mi acaba ya?
Over there!
Bir şey çıkmadı bundan. Neredeyiz? Tam yol üzerinde.
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth. You. I remember you.
O ne ya?
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Tell me what you are.
I am the whitened bones and blackened soil. The land made blood coursing through thy veins.
Hiçbir şey anlamıyorum. Ne diyor bu ya?
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron.
Filozof çıktı bu da.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
İkinci kattaydı herhalde.
You are a coward blinded by fear. It graced the path of a warrior.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Görürüz.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution. This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Very well. I'll help you.
I know this place means something to you. I have noticed how you suppress your appetite when around the staff and patients.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Do you
Alttan
really
alacaklar
believe they
diyelim
would
bakalım.
come for us here? In such a public venue?
McCallum is a fanatic. The guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
M2 artisti mi öldüreceğiz?
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
A giant morgue disguised as a hospital. That's Pembroke nowadays.
Senin ne yapıyor?
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
What can you tell me about the recent events in the hospital?
That Mr. Hampton killed Miss Jones in her room, then ran away.
And did you see all this?
No. I was working by the tents when it all happened. I only entered the room when they asked me to clean up the blood.
Where is Miss Jones's body?
I don't know. I'd imagine the morgue. It all happened so quickly.
Did you see Sean Hampton leave the hospital?
I think I saw a silhouette exiting the hospital gates after the shouting started. At first I thought it was someone who was just scared, but well, maybe it was him.
Goodbye,
Hampton
nurse.
kimdi ya?
Call me if you need assistance.
Bakalım burada buluruz belki. Allah Allah. Hiçbiri değil bunların. Neyse yakalayınca görürüz artık.
Oh, Jonathan. I cannot believe my eyes. Poor woman. Butchered by some savage scowl.
Yes, and I'm afraid I'm at least partially responsible. The man, the scowl, I brought him here.
Jonathan, how could you say such a thing?
Forgive me if I feel despondent, for there seems to be no end to the suffering and death that surrounds us.
I'm always here for you, Jonathan.
What do you know of Ascalon? I was threatened by a creature, a vampire in Whitechapel, stating I had to obey the law of conduct.
What more can you tell me about him?
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact. He seemed to radiate violence. I thought he was going to tear me apart. Then he vanished.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were fortunate he was not after you, but rather out doing his master's bidding.
What is Ascalon?
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take my advice and stay well away.
I have experienced a certain difficulty when faced with holy symbols or trying to enter religious buildings. Have you?
Now that's quite a question. I don't know why, but yes, it has happened to me.
Aren't you frightened?
Very little scares me, my dear. To be compelled to avoid symbols of faith does not concern me.
Is this a sign? The hand of God in action? Are we repellent unto heaven?
I don't have the answers, Jonathan. But I believe superstition and magic is just fact awaiting the lens of science.
Thank you, my lady. I hope to see you again soon.
Şimdiki Çok uzakta. Buna bir gitmeyi deneyelim bakalım. Buradan gideceğiz mi? Yok. Şöyle. Kaç levelmiş bunlar? 14 alırız ya.
Not a good place for a stroll.
Gel.
Are you deaf? It's mine. I'll take it.
Ya ne kaçıyorsun, dur.
Murderous forces. Let's see how it likes a bit of fire.
Ya sen çok kaşınıyorsun, gel. Aha, orada da var. Neredesin sen? Eyvah, öldürecek. Ölmüş, bir kanlı içeydik. İyiydi. Allah'ım. Dönemem maalesef, işim var orada. Vida çekti adam üstüne ya. Döndük dolaştık, mezarlığa geldik. Mezarlığın içindeymiş o zaten.
Please, sir. Can't let you through. Speak English, do you? Get a weapon to me. Christ!
Şuradan mı gideceğiz acaba? Ya bir mini map olsaydı çok rahat olacaktı ya. Oo, ışığı gören geldi. Şuradaki. Nereye gitti? Hayda. Buraya ne çıkış yapmış ki? Aa, şuraya gidiyor.
Are you all right, Miss Shun?
My name is Xiao Shun. This is the proper way to address someone in my country.
I do apologize, Xiao Shun. Are you all right?
Yes, I am. This is the only place where I can find some kind of serenity.
Da manyak, mezarlıktan buluyor huzuru.
Remember my dear Matthew.
İpucu.
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I heard that she used to help the refugees, but unfortunately you don't see her around anymore.
Tell me how your husband died, Xiao Shun.
Matthew died of the Spanish flu, like so many others. It's a mundane cause of death these days, but for me it meant the end of the world.
At this time, there is so little medical science can do to defeat this terrible epidemic. I'm truly sorry.
The worst thing is not his death, even if it tears me apart. The worst is not to have seen it coming, to have lost him so quickly, even before realizing it.
Did he hide his condition from you?
Matthew was a smiling type, a happy sort. Everything that I am not. Did he laugh at his death to come, or did he not realize what was going to happen? I'll never know.
The Spanish flu may be the worst disease mankind has ever faced. Why are you blaming yourself?
You don't understand. I didn't know he was so sick. I didn't realize the gravity of his situation until it was too late.
As harsh as this sounds, we are all equally vulnerable to this awful disease. It can take the strongest man in just a couple of days.
I never said goodbye to Matthew. We never realized how bad it was. We laughed about it even. He always made me laugh. Now I don't have enough tears to shed.
Are you on your own? Do you have any friends or family who you could be with?
I have family and friends, but I need to be here alone. One day maybe I'll go back to them, but not now. I need silence, and I need sadness.
You should not be by yourself. Grief can be a terrible trial, and it's even worse when you're alone.
Thank you for your sincere words, Dr. Reed. I sense you trying to help me, even if I don't quite understand why.
Şunu mu seçsek acaba?
Are you a doctor yourself? Is this why you feel so guilty for not saving your sick husband?
No, I am not. But I still need to blame someone for Matthew's death. And who else, if not his wife, who did not see it coming?
I'm a physician, one of the best in the country. But I was unable to save my own sister, Mary. She died in my arms.
Why tell me this? Is it supposed to make me feel better?
No. But I felt I should share it with you, since she is buried here too.
May I ask what caused the death of your sister?
You could say she was also killed by a terrible disease. A disease I have sworn to fight and cure, no matter how long it takes.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Dr. Reed. Maybe it's time we start to rebuild our lives, you and I.
You should go home now.
I think you're right. Cemeteries are for the dead, for they need silence too. Thank you for your honesty and your wisdom, Dr. Reed.
Thank you for your company, Xiaoshun. Take care on the way home.
Maybe I'll see you again in Whitechapel. Goodbye for now.
Görüşmek
Goodbye
üzere.
for now.
Matthew, the world has gone completely
Soruşturma başarılı diyor. Şimdi İçine mi girdik? Ne yaptık? Aa, oradan çıkış yok. Evet, buradan. Stamina'yı arttırdığımız iyi oldu. Artık eskisi gibi koşarken yorulmuyor. Sopatı çıkarayım. Al. Sığınak mı burası acaba? Sanmıyorum. Şurası olabilir. Sığınakmış. Şimdi önce bir ne var ne var toplayalım. Silah kullanmıyoruz ki ya. Burası çıkış.
It's locked, all right.
Şimdi neler yapabiliyoruz bakalım. Şunları bir bozduralım önce. Yüksek satış değeri diyor ama birini bozduralım. Bunu da bozduralım. Şimdilik silahımızı 4 yapabiliyoruz mu? Yapamıyoruz. İyi tutacak parçası lazım. O zaman yorgunluk tedavisi yapalım. En çok öyle lazım oluyor. Önemli bir kişi vardı. Bronşit, soğuk algınlığı, zatürre. Bize lazım oluyor. Oo, 3 tane daha verdi. Baş ağrısı. Yapabiliyoruz mu? Yapabiliyoruz. Migren. Migrenli bir adam vardı. Nöroloji tedavisi. Beyinle ilgili herhalde. Ondan da yapalım bir tane. Bu ne? Şimdilik gerekirse o ya. Yatağa gidelim. XP'lerimizi de dağıtalım. Boş ver ya. Kanımızı mı arttırsak ki? İnk yetmiyor. Kapasitesi. Bu yetiyor. Bunu arttıralım. Şimdi bir sürü hastalık çıkar hepsinde. Oh shit. Soğuk. Yorgun, sepsis var. Anemi, migren. Denk gelirse iyileştiririz ya. Tek tek aramayayım şimdi onları. Şu taraftan çıkalım da. Yolumuz burada zaten. Ne oluyor? Şimdi dümdüz koşacağız. Domuz mu bağırıyor? Ne yapıyor? Fazla geldik. Adam mezar taşlarını da kırıyor giderken. Ben niye tutturamıyorum ya? Allah Allah. Buyur. Buradan da çıkışı. Hiç uğraşamam. Şuradan. Oradan da yol yok. Ya gel, sopam istiyor canım, gel. Zaten yolu bulamamışım. Ya ne oldu? Ha bir de sen gel. Bu haritayı kim yaptıysa çok kulağını çınlatıyorum. Buradan gelmemiz lazım. Niye gelemiyoruz? Ben hastaneye bir girsek mi acaba? Yok be, hiç girmeyelim hastaneye.
It's locked.
Kimdi? Yorgunluk. Hadi buna da bir ilaç verelim.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Hintli.
Do you need medical attention?
Well, the proximity of the dead is not the most healthy company, even if the quiet can be appreciated.
İlacı
Don't
verelim.
take too many risks with your health, Mr. Chidana. None of us are immune to this disease.
And that is a good thing. Death and disease is a constant reminder of our mortality. But you have my thanks, Dr. Reed.
Ne satıyordu? Şunlara bakalım hızlı hızlı.
Tell me the truth about your appointment as a medic during the war, Rakesh.
The regiment administration appointed me by mistake. I had to learn the job on the spot, sir. Very hard, sir, but I rose to the challenge.
Do you realize how many soldiers died because of that decision? You should have refused.
Yes, sir. I swear I did, sir. But no one listened. When the first wounded arrived, I had to do what I could.
It is an unbelievable story, Mr. Chidana.
It was a time beyond belief, Dr. Reed. But I'm happy not to deal with the wounded. I prefer caring for the dead now.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Tell me the truth about your appointment as a medic during the war, Rakesh.
The regiment administration...
Onu sormuştuk.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Can you tell me anything about recent events in the hospital?
Oh, goodness me. This whole story is such a shame, sir. I have no idea how it happened.
What are you talking about?
Poor Miss Jones. Her body is missing. Someone stole it.
Miss Jones's body has gone missing?
Yes. The body was brought here this morning, and now it's gone.
Who could have stolen a corpse?
That's exactly what I asked myself for the whole day. Who could do such a thing? These are terrible and shameful times, Dr. Reed.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
Bunları satalım, nasıl olsa kullanmıyoruz. İçerik 14 getiriyor, az. Bu 1 şilin. Hadi bunu satalım, 12 şilin. Yok ya, bunları da ben parçalayayım daha iyi. Şimdi Rıhtıma gideceğiz. Şöyle şu taraftan başlayalım. Karşıya geçiyor muyuz? Yukarıdan gidiş vardır inşallah.
It seems the Freewen are redoubling their patrols in the district. I must be more careful.
Kaç tane var? Oo, 16 17. Alabilir miyiz acaba? Buradan da geçmemiz lazım. Gerçi buradan da gösteriyor ama. Yok. Ters oldu. Neyse de alacağız, Allah ne verdiyse artık. Stamina bitti. Yani ölmeseydin. Gerçi kanımız varmış ya. İki tarafta çıkıyor ama burada devriye var. Buradan mı gitsek? Orada da var. En iyisi halledelim şunları. Göremiyorum. Boş mu çıktı şimdi? Şurada. Amma adam koymuşlar ya. Buradan karşıya geçebilir miyiz ki? Heh. Yerden yukarı çıkmamız lazım. Daha varmış yolumuz. Kimdi ya? Ha. Daha önce görmemişiz, onun için hatırlamadım. Burası. Bir sesler geliyor ama dur bakalım. Buymuş.
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy here?
Dr. Jonathan Reed, that's who I am. And who are you?
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
Soralım bakalım.
Are you some kind of vigilante patrolling these streets at night?
Something like that, but the police aren't in charge here. We are, see?
So, tell me about your gang, then.
What? Have you got a death wish? You really want me to answer that?
Well, yes. You seem so proud of your status. Why not tell me who you're working for?
Oi! I'm the boss, all right? The wet boot boys work for me. All of them. Situation round here is better than other districts because of us. Because of me.
So you're a concerned criminal, is that it?
Using funny jokes about me and my boys, are you? Fuck. You must have some balls.
I saw many men like you during the war, Mr. Digby. Greedy little cockroaches who feed on despair.
I could kill you for saying that. But, nah. You've been a soldier. I can respect that.
Hadi oradan yemedi değil mi?
What can you tell me about this part of town?
Things ain't that bad, thanks to us. We give people what they need, and we control this borough.
Well, you're not doing a very good job. People are still dying here like everywhere else.
Yeah, well, we can't be everywhere all the time. And Edwina says if we can find more guns, we could be more efficient.
More efficient? Really? You should probably tell Edwina that guns are useless against diseases and infections.
Incredible. You know what? You're lucky she can't hear you right now. She's more smart than patient. My sweet queen of the docks.
Bunu biz nerede görmüştük ya?
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
I know you're looking for an honest job, Booth. You're tired of this criminal life, aren't you?
It's just an idea. Edwina loves to run things so much. You can never really leave the gang. Wet boys for life, you know.
Başka ipucumuz yok şu an. Neyse.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
Edwina Cooks'muş demin bahsettiği kadın.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you? What do you want?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I ain't paying any bill left by Clay.
I'm not here to collect payment, Miss...
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then? Fancy buying something from me, maybe?
Alırız bakalım. İyi bir şeylerin varsa.
As long as you have money, I'll show you all I have.
Sıradan. Hangisi lazımdı bana şimdi? Bunu da göremiyoruz ki. Şundan 2 tane alayım. Lazım oluyor.
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boys after anyone who don't play nice with me.
Gang member and shopkeeper. Can't be easy running double shifts.
If you're interested, I may find use of a doctor who can freely walk across the city, you know.
I'm not interested in a career in the criminal underworld, Miss Cox.
Fair enough. Stay away from us then, if you don't want to get hurt or worse.
Since my return from the war, I don't feel that concerned by threats, knives, or even bullets, if you must know.
That's exactly what that stupid trade unionist claimed after he attacked one of us. Booth and I reminded him a bullet beats words every time.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
You can't trust anyone around here. As soon as you lower your guard, you can be sure some arsehole will take advantage of you.
Really? Don't you think that's a little bit excessive?
Bastards, all of them. This region only responds to violence and threats.
You sound like you're thinking of somebody in particular.
Take the gravediggers of Southwark. They must pay me every week, but it looks like they forgot who gave them permission to steal from the dead.
Looting corpses in a mass grave. That is a new low.
Whatever. Hey, since you're a doctor and all, maybe you can access that forbidden area and remind those bastards what they owe.
What can you tell me about your work?
I'm a businesswoman. I buy and sell things, and I send my wet boot boy.
Gang member.
If you're in...
Ya.
Booth Digby looks at you with love-struck eyes. Tell me, Edwina, is the feeling mutual?
You have no idea how refreshing it can be for a woman to receive all the pleasure she needs. For once.
I'll take your word for it.
What is it, Doctor? A woman's not supposed to talk about these things.
Behind all your crude words and your attitude, I sense romance and a soft heart, Miss Cox.
Romance? I have no time for such rubbish. I use Booth like I use everyone else.
Ah, ipucunu yanlış aldık ya.
Tell me about the man you and Booth killed, Edwina.
The bastard killed one of us and received retribution. There's nothing else to say.
What happened exactly?
I don't know, and I don't care. One of ours was killed by that communist bastard, but he didn't brag for long.
So you have no idea what really happened, but you executed him anyway.
No one messes with the wet boot boys, Doctor. This is our territory, and this is our law.
Goodbye, Miss Cox.
Ne yapacağız şimdi? Ha, daha görevimiz buradaymış. Bir görev daha verdi sanki. Mezar soyguncuların üstesinden gel diyor. Burada değil. Neyse, ana görevimizi bir yapalım da.
Mark my words, miss. These murders are the work of a vampire.
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
I'm a tracker of these creatures. A vampire hunter.
You best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back and hunting all these poor folk, he needs a catching.
A sewer dog? What's it look like?
It's an old story. A monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a sudden, nighttime, claiming innocence, then vanishes.
Teeth, claws, murders by night? Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady.
Bence sallıyor.
Evening, miss.
Well, I never. That's a first. Customers who make that much mess rarely come back. Never mind in fancy togs.
I'm much more myself than when we first met. By the way, I'm Jonathan, Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor. I'm Sabrina Cavendish. How can I help you?
Bu kimdi ya? Ha, şeyde. Bara gitmiştik. Vampiri ararken oradaki kadın.
Miss Cavendish, would you be willing to help me locate Sean Hampton?
You better ask Tom, sir.
Why not answer
Ha,
me
bu da hep
directly?
Tom'a sor diyor
Respect the
ya.
privacy of our customers here, sir. Only Tom can decide who to speak to and what he'll say to them.
Bakalım bir şey alabileceğiz mi
What
ağzında?
can you tell me about this area?
People don't appreciate that line of questioning round here. You best be more careful with what you say, sir.
You look concerned, Miss Cavendish.
This is a bad borough. Most people I know are afraid. Most locals will rob you blind, or worse. You best mind your step.
If you're uncertain about your safety here, the docks might not be the right place for you.
I got responsibilities. And it's not like I got the money to move anywhere else anyway.
This place seems, how shall I put it, very colorful. I'm sure it has plenty of stories to tell.
We get people of all sorts here. It's that rare place in the docks where you can have a drink without being murdered. At least it's not happened yet.
So this bar is neutral territory then?
Yeah. Tom's convinced this is something the locals need. No one ever draws a weapon here. That's one of the reasons I accepted the job.
Your boss must be quite the negotiator to force such an agreement.
Yeah. Tom's a great bloke. Mr. Hampton, who runs the night asylum, he's the only other man that's able to keep peace around here.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Tıfılla da konuşalım.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire
nasıl bir isim
hunter
ya?
extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
What can you tell me about this neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Oh boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour. But I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really? Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine by me.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people. Funny thing is, though, it only strengthened his faith.
Ama hastanedeki rahip. Şimdi sandım görünce.
Goodbye, and good hunting, Mr. Throckmorton.
Tom da şurada içerideydi. Şunu bir alayım da. Hayda. Kim yazmış belli değil. Ha. Kadın mıymış?
Times like these, a good drink's just as likely to cause a problem as to solve one.
Önce bakalım hasta var mı? Yorgun. Sağlıklı. Sağlıklı. Şehir durumu stabil zaten. Tomcuk gel bakalım.
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way.
I'm still Tom Watts. Welcome back, Doctor.
Sorsak mı acaba?
Sabrina seems very fond of you, Tom.
I like her too. I really do. I know I'm her boss and I'm much older and all. But I like her for sure.
Tamam, ben aranızı yaparım şimdi.
Sabrina is an angry one. She wears it like a coat. I'm not sure I can make her shed that anger. It hurts to see her like that.
Why does your waitress feel in danger working on the docks?
This part of town is dangerous for all, but for women it's worse, as always. Sabrina is a brave girl, but she can't help feeling in danger.
Do you think she has good reason to feel this way? Are you not worried about her safety?
Of course I am. The truth is, she's tougher than me deep inside. She just has to learn to control it.
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
The important thing is I find him, quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
O nasıl bir adres ya?
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
I should have offered a drink to the boy. Be he cursed or not, he's just another lost orphan.
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize me? We met a few nights ago.
Hala
Don't
içiyor
take it
burada.
personally. I spent a lot of energy forgetting what I did the night before.
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then as well. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you. This time.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted. I don't know if he's back.
Who could tell me then?
About the sad saint. I try asking Tom.
Vay be arkadaş, ne Tom'muş be.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
I hope I live long enough to see them wet boot boys get. You still working at this hour? That's what I call dedication.
Sabrina, tell me about your true feelings for your boss.
I love Tom. Not ashamed of it. Don't care if the customers joke about it neither.
Who's mocking you?
I mean, we're always together. People will talk, won't they?
Does Tom love you?
Yeah, but he's always reluctant to take it further. It's not because I'm younger, or because of the colour of my skin. He hates jokes about us.
Excuse my curiosity, but where exactly are you from, Miss Cavendish?
Something bothering you? What, my name? Or my complexion?
Believe me, I never judge someone on their place of birth or the colour of their skin.
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me. Just you, Tom, Dyson, Miss Fishburne, and of course Mr. Hampton.
I'm sorry if I worried you. I was just curious to find out if you know this part of town well.
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bombay, and my mum was a maid born up in Glasgow. They got married in London, and here I am.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Perhaps I should shut the turquoise for a time.
Buradan karşıya geçeceğiz mi?
Another disgusting ghoul did it, don't you think? I don't think so. Wounds are clean, it's methodical.
Allah, orada bir şey var ama.
Can't say, but whatever did this, carefully avoided the archers. We've found ourselves a bloody artery.
Jimmy Barlow. 16. Başka kimse var mı? Neyse, bunları pataklayalım.
Seems like the guard of Prewen is on Sean Hampton's trail too.
Şunu. Oy oy oy oy oy oy. Öleceğim. Buna bir tane daha kıl geldi. Gitti. Başka bir yolu olmalı. Buradan 3 tane adam. Sıkıntı. Ne yapıyor bunlar? Kurt adamın da leveli de yüksek yani. Acaba dalsam mı? Yuh. Nereden gördün? Oo. Lan. Adamı yiyip güçlü topluyor. Ne yapıyor? Evet, şimdi bakalım etrafta neler var.
It's locked.
Burada gitti. Nereden çıktık biz buraya? Aa, şuradan. Ya şu boss'u almam lazım ya. İki burada var. Bir tane de yukarıdan düşüyor. Nasıl gördün? Görünmezim ben. Hadi oğlum. Ya yapma şunu ya. Yapma şunu ya. Bak şimdi. Heh, bir tane daha geldi. Çok lazımdı. Şunu öldürsem kaçacağım. Isır oğlum, ısır ısır. Isır. Ah. Var mı başka? Gel. Abi ölme be.
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
Bir tabanca geldi ama envanteri nasıl acaba? 40 hasar, 54 hasar. Yok ya. Yaramaz bu. Bir bakalım buralara iyice de. Bir şey yok. Büyük. Sahil kenarından beri sığınağa gidelim. Kapalı mı? Aa. ters kalıyor burası. Buradan çıkabileceğiz mi?
See them fancy clothes? This one's a top. Cross the leaves, boys. You're better than you.
Tam ısıracaktım, öldü. Burası sığınak. Her sığınakta da bir ceset yatıyor yerde yani. Şimdi bakalım. İyi tutacak parçası nereden bulacağız ya? Ya bu da güzel de 30 saniyede bir, 5 saniye pek. Kan kapasitemizi arttıralım ya, hiç arttırmamışız onu. XP kaldı. O da bir şeye yetmez artık. 14 level olduk bu arada. Bu videomuzu da burada bitirelim arkadaşlar. Bir dahaki videoda görüşmek üzere. Hoşça kalın.